Brothers and sisters from the Global Church, abrazo fuerte in these uncertain times. I'm Jardely Martinez from the Mennonite World Church in Bogotá, Colombia, and I'm currently serving with MCC in Guatemala City. These last few weeks have been a time to learn once again how to trust in God's sufficiency, evaluate where our hopes lie, and also think about how we are walking in the trust and confidence that we find in the words of God. I want to share with you some thoughts from Psalm 91, a psalm known as the Pilgrim Psalm, a psalm of the traveler, for those who find themselves stopping in the midst of their journey, searching for refuge in the presence of God. Many of the homes here in Latin America use this psalm as a guidepost, because it is considered a word of protection, a psalm for those difficult times we go through. This passage takes on a new sense when I think of it as someone who is distressed, anxious, and very fearful, coming to God and taking a break to continue their journey. Although no author is mentioned in this psalm, Jewish tradition attributes it to Moses. And who better than Moses to understand what it was like to walk with God, the person who led the Hebrews out of Egypt, across the sea, across the desert, and found provision and refuge in God. Psalm 91 tells us about the journey of life in an undefined period of time. This passage helps us discover truth for the present through references to past events, giving us motivation for the future, which is faith. It is an excellent representation of the reality that we are currently living. We find material and spiritual representations of circumstances this pilgrim is exposed to in his way. Thieves, traps, deadly diseases, terrors of the night, catastrophes, desert, and death. Something that moves me and I want to encourage us to use as a motivation is the faith of this traveler. Verses 1 and 2, whoever dwells in the shelter is the Most High, will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Verse 4, His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. Verse 9, if you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling. Brothers and sisters, this is an invitation to find shelter and refuge in God during this pandemic, to recognize Him as our strength, to seek His counsel and guidance, and to put His truth in our minds and hearts. And may we strengthen ourselves within redefined versions of community of faith, where we can find ways to recharge, so we can live out our faith with our neighbors and with the communities around us. Like the traveler, we are called to find hope in God's refuge, in affirming ourselves and continuing the journey, being the hands, mouth, heart, and feet of Jesus within the communities we meet. May the counselor, who is the promise of Jesus in us, drive us to be consolers also for those who have lost family, friends, employment, and may we extend a hand to those in need and encourage us together on this pilgrimage. May God's peace accompany us, may God's word encourage us, and may God's Spirit empower us.